Alright, I'm going to show you how to upgrade the battery in your Toyota Tundra. This is a 2016 Toyota Tundra Crew Max. This is pretty much the same setup from 2007 to 2016. We've done this for a lot of trucks and it's exactly the same. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is yank the battery out of here, but before I do, I labeled this wire here with some blue painter's tape, so that way I know that's the negative. So I'm going to work on the negative side first, then I'm going to work on the positive side. So let me go ahead and jump in here and take the battery out. Oops. Come on. There we go. So our next step now is we're going to replace the chassis ground that's running from here to the new battery. So we're going to remove this. Then we're going to cut this here, and we're going to make an extension so it'll reach the new battery terminal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this now, and then we're going to take care of this side first. Then we're going to jump over to this side. So we're going to upgrade this 8-gauge chassis ground here to this 1/0 here. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is going to cut here as close as I can. Oh, brand new truck, cutting it up already. Alright, then I'm going to take my 10mm, remove this, obviously. Okay, I'm going to put the bolt back in, I don't want to lose it. Alright, this we're just basically going to throw away. So my next step is going to be, I've got a ring terminal, a battery ring terminal here. So what I'm going to do is, let me make sure I didn't take off too much. See, I took off a little bit too much. Oh, nope, I'm working out. This is a non-soldering battery terminal, which is really cool. So you're going to loosen this up. I don't know if you can see that, but this is an Allen wrench. This is a number 4, or it's probably 4mm. So I'm going to open this up just enough, I don't know if you can see that in the video, where I can slide this in. And then I'm going to just, the battery is going to go, the negative side is going to be on this side and the positive is going to be over here. And the reason I'm doing that is so that the wires aren't sitting on top of the battery. It gives more room, it keeps it cleaner. So what I'm going to do is, I know that this is going to sit like this, so I'm going to maybe do, I'd say right about there. And then I want it to sit flat, so I'm not sure if you can see this. This is the flat side, this one's curved, so I want the flat side down. So that's about where I want it. I'm going to tighten this up. Alright, so when you're tightening this up, what I like to do is sort of jiggle it around a little bit and then tighten it up again. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'm getting it. Tighten it up some more. Jiggle it around again, just to make sure you're getting it as tight as you can. See, it's still going. So I'm going to try it one more time, just until you can't get it to. You don't want to strip it, obviously, but what I'm doing is I'm making that when you move the wires around, it settles a little bit. And this, I just want to make sure that I get it as tight as I possibly can. Come on, get in there. Come on. There we go. Alright, see, that's it. Okay, now in our kit, I'm going to heat shrink to help minimize the chances of corrosion. I'm going to use a marine grade heat shrink. And the marine grade heat shrink has an adhesive that helps seal out moisture. So I'm going to put that on. I'll do that last. I'll do them all at the same time. But I'm going to take, we include a piece of heat shrink. You're going to slide it over with your heat gun. And you, well, I'll show you in the video. Okay, so the next step is, so now I know this is my negative. I've still got it marked. The next thing you're going to want to do is take some sandpaper, and we're going to rub away some of this paint because we want to make sure we're making really good contact. So a lot of the ring terminal is making contact with the chassis. So I'm going to pause here, go grab some sandpaper, and be right back. Okay, guys. Alright, let me see here. I'm back. Okay, I went ahead and, I don't know if you can see this, but I went ahead and sanded this down to the metal. So next thing I'm going to do is take this, attach it here. Okay. I'm going to leave it loose until I get the battery in there, but I just want to get... So my negatives are ready. I've got my negative, I've got my chassis ground, and then I've got my alternator ground. So these two are ready to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and start on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this wire here and cut this wire here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one here. And then this one, I'm trying to cut them as close as I can. This one I'm going to cut here. I don't want to mess up my cutters either by hitting steel. Okay. So this goes in the trash. And now you're wondering, okay, this is going to go away also. So you can see that. We're going to use these solderless splicers. What they're going to do is we're going to strip some of the wire away. I'm going to slide it in there just like we did on this one, except we're going to slide the wire here on this side, and then our 4-gauge extensions here, and this will reach to the new to the battery post. So let me go ahead and get that started. You can do this with the razor. I like using these cutters. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna take this, loosen it up just like we did the other one, slide it on. And actually, I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna strip away a little bit more. Or just, oh no, here it is. I'll just take this off. There we go. I just want to make sure I get good connection. Come on, baby. Okay. Now, we're going to tighten this one up. Okay, so that's good there. Now I'm going to loosen this side up here. Okay. Make sure you use a, we're using Stinger OFC. This is true 4-gauge. Strip that away. Thanks. Okay. Same thing, tighten it down, wiggle it, tighten it down. Okay. All right, so then this, same thing, you can use a razor. I'm going to use these. All right. Same thing, loosen this up. All right, so our next step is we're going to take the marine grade heat shrink. We're going to slide this over. Oh, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to just make sure that everything's tight one more time. Make sure my cables are tight. Okay. So our next step is to take the marine grade heat shrink that's included in our kit. This is heavy wall lined, so it's got a glue in it that seals the that creates a seal on each side of the connection. Make sure we got that. So we know these are positive because they're red. We know these are the negatives because they're still black. I'm going to take my heat gun. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera, but it oozes this sealant to make sure you don't get any oxygen in there or any That way it helps reduce the chances of corrosion. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and slap the battery in here. I go ahead and remove this tray because it's the new battery is a lot bigger, and this tray is just gonna get in the way. So, oh, this thing is really heavy. And I really like this battery because, like I said, it's almost a direct fit. You don't have to make a custom mount. Oh, this one came out. Shit. There we go. All right. Okay, you can remove this strap out of the way. Come on, get out of there. I'd save this strap in case you ever need to take the battery out. It's really heavy. Okay, now this is, you see the red, so this is our positive now. So, look for my other red one. Oops, almost forgot. We also include some split loom, so I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna go grab the split loom, and we're gonna put some loom over this to help protect the wire against abrasion. So I'll be right back. Okay, so next step, in the kit, we include the split loom. So I'm gonna take this split loom, slide this on here, and this, you wanna put this on here because it helps reduce abrasion, vibrations. It's like a barrier to help protect the cable. Come on, get on there. Take the small zip ties. Take the zip tie. Make sure you can see the red so you know this is positive. Okay. Same thing, I'm going to zip tie this other side. See, this one's going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to cut that right about there. Oops, make sure to grab that. Okay, same thing. Zip tie. I mean, you can take your time, make it look pretty. I'm just trying to rush. Usually what I like to do is I actually get more heat shrink. I'll get red heat shrink, stretch it over here, and maybe I'll show you in the video if I decide to. I'll take additional heat shrink and actually shrink this. It looks really cool. But anyhow, that stuff's expensive as crap, believe it or not. But so I'm just gonna use zip ties right now. The good heat shrink's expensive. You can buy some cheaper stuff. The non-lined single wall for that. Okay, so my two positives are ready, and I'm going to put another split loom on this one, and so I'm going to grab another split loom, and then I'm also going to split loom this one as well. So all this is included in the kit as well. So I'm going to pause here again. Let me go grab the other split loom. I left it a couple feet away. Be right back. Oops, I forgot. Almost forgot. We need to put the last piece of heat shrink on here. Let me come right back. Cover it about right there. And again, the reason we're doing this is double wall lined heat shrink, and it's got a glue inside that's going to seal all this up for you. Okay. All right, zip tie again. And again, I know I'm gonna come back and clean this up. Right, so that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and oops, let me get this out of the way. I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. All right, so my negative. Oops, almost messed up. Come on. These are my two reds, my two negatives. So my negative cable connects here. And generally what I like to do is I always connect the positive first, and then I connect the negative. And there's a couple reasons why. Obviously, if you connect the positive first, and if you're tightening and you accidentally make contact, nothing's going to happen. If you're tightening this and you make contact, nothing happens. So you usually want to start with your positive first. So you can try and tuck this away, out of the way, like so. Clean these up, and that's it. You're done.